at some point in everybody's life, they're going to quit something.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in everybody's life, they're going to settle for something. At some point in everybody's life, they're going to keep climbing, right, and keep persisting and trying to achieve something. It's just, where are you going to place your focus, right? Where are you going to build your habits? Are you going to build your habits of being a quitter? Are you going to build your habits of being a settler? Or are you going to build your habits of being a climber?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Zamots podcast, where we focus on faith,
family,
fitness,
finances,
and friendships.
Today we're going to be reading from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 15. And it reads, "See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men." Amen.
Amen.
All right, familia. We are going to be reading some questions from the Connecting Couples deck. Okay, tonight's conversations. So we're going to do 2 questions each. All right, so you take 2. Let me shuffle them up.
You already looked at them.
Okay, so I'll take 2, you take 2. Okay, you go first.
Hey, y'all.
So let me let y'all know what's going on. My wife is pregnant. Okay, I'm just saying, she's contracting. There's a lot going on that side of the room. Me, I'm a little stuffy. As you can tell, my nose is a little red, but we still here. Consistency is key.
Consistency is key.
Okay, so let's read these questions.
Okay. Do you want to have more children with me?
Why is that your first question?
You did not tell me you was putting this one in the
I
deck.
shuffled them.
But you picked out the questions.
I did.
You didn't tell me you pulled this one out.
That's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the question again?
Do you want to have more children with me? Why or why not?
Yes, I would love to have more children with you. Why? Because we make beautiful babies, and because I always wanted to have a big family. So if we had another one, I wouldn't be upset. Just like one more. Like 4. That's cool. Let me ask you. Do you want to have more children with me? Why or why not?
No.
She don't want to have more children with me.
No ma'am, no him,
Why
no
not?
turkey, no Sam.
Why not? Explain.
I would love to give you 6 children.
But what?
But I don't want to have no more kids. I don't want to carry them. I don't want to birth them. I don't want none of that.
Why not?
And especially right now, I don't want none of that. You can keep that. It's just a lot. Like, I'm done. And it's like, no. Having kids is such a blessing. I'm so grateful we're able to have children. But let me tell you something, baby. It is not for the weak. Okay? It is not for the weak. It can take you out. It took me out a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no more. I don't want no more. You got to know your limit. 3 is my limit.
I guess 3 is our limit then.
Yeah, it's going to have to be.
It's okay. Okay, next question.
It would be different if family was here.
That's her story. She's sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. If we actually had a village, you need a village for these children. If we had a village, it would be different. But when you don't have a village or your village is away, it makes it so much harder.
Yeah.
And you will be a fool to be a parent and say that you don't need help from time to time or you don't need a break from time to time.
Definitely need help.
So 3 that's it for us.
For right now.
It's beautiful. No.
Okay, it says, when you look at me, what do you see?
I see bullshit. What you
When you look at me, what do you see?
I see a strong, courageous black man. Fine.
She see a strong, courageous black man. That's fine.
Yeah. It's not going to be very hard to add another child.
It ain't going to be difficult.
It's not.
Especially
that's
not
the problem.
For me. I got the easy part. I'm telling you. I'm always ready. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. When you look at me, what do you see?
You know what? I see my future. I see I see beauty. I see strength.
You see that?
I see a little belly.
You're done. You're done. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
When was the exact moment you fell in love with me?
The exact moment I fell in love with her. What was the exact moment? I mean, could you really boil it down to an exact moment when you fall in love with somebody?
I can.
You can?
Yeah.
But it's not your turn. So let me see. When was the exact moment that I fell in love with you? I would say after probably like our third or fourth long conversation. Yeah.
When and where?
It was Thanksgiving.
What? That don't add up because you had already drew the picture and wrote a note on the back and said I love you.
For Thanksgiving, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you knew before that because you painted the picture.
Well, I'm trying to pinpoint
This
the
says
exact moment.
moment.
I don't. That's the best I could give you for exact moment.
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving of 2018. I fell in love with my bride. I fell hard too.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Fell so hard we
3 kids later.
3 years later.
What's your answer?
I would have to say when we were standing in the rain talking. I mean, when I was looking at you standing in the rain, we was talking.
We was outside in the rain like a movie scene.
In the dark, literally.
In the dark, talking. She was talking about some. I like you. I like you so much. That's what she said. She didn't want to say she loved me, so she just said, I like you so much.
Because you're not going to play with me.
What you mean? I wasn't
playing. You're not about to play with me.
I wasn't.
Yeah, but you was in a way. Well, you wasn't playing me, but like you were playing the game. It seemed like it could. It could have seemed okay. You know how like you talking to somebody, and you hear like people's situations where they're like, "Oh, I was talking to this dude. You know, I thought everything was going fine, and you know, he basically whined and dined and catered me, and then out of nowhere, he flipped the switch because they never had that conversation. Like, are we together? Like, am I yours? And they were like, oh no, we just chilling type stuff. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want that to be like that. Like, we're not just about to be woot to wop to. And then I'm catching all these feelings and I'm falling hard for you. And you tell me, well, I never asked you to be my girlfriend. That's why I kept asking you, I'm like, what are we doing? Because, like, this is not that. I'm not that. Like, I don't.
Well, in my head the whole time, I thought we was in a relationship.
Yeah, but this is the thing, y'all. Like, when we first started talking, first of all, we started talking, but it was off and on. It was never consistent. It was just like, I knew him, he knew me. We would link sometime, that's that. Then when we started talking for real, we talked every single day, talked on the phone, on like falling asleep on the phone, all that, the whole 9 yards. Okay, all those things saying like, I'm feeling you, I'm in a relationship. But never, not once was it said, will you be my girlfriend?
That's like, childish.
You're my girlfriend. Hold on. It's not though, because it's just like somebody walking up to you being like, oh, we're cool, we're talking or whatever. Or saying something. For instance, the girl that used to work at Publix. Okay, the girl that used to work at Publix. That clearly she had a crush on you, right?
Which one? I mean, I'm saying, like, who are you talking about? I'm saying, who are you talking about?
I can't give too much details because she probably still watching. If you is, hello. But anyways, that girl was obsessed with you. Like, all of that. You know what I'm saying? If you would to gave her the attention that you were giving me, like talking to her, giving her any amount of attention, she would assume like, oh, we on a good track, or we on, you know, a term to actually start talking or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you didn't come out and say like, oh, I'm not feeling you, but I'm just being nice to you. Same with my friend that, you know, passed you the digits.
Yeah.
Just from the conversation, just from you interacting with her, in her mind, she thought that it was a go, that you was feeling her for, you know what I'm saying? Because nothing was ever said.
Well, hey.
So that's what I'm saying.
Here's my thing. Listen.
That's why I was like,
Ask.
oh, I like you. And then what was your response back to me?
But I like you too. But hold
Exactly.
on, because we got to go back. Let's rewind real quick. This is childish. To ask somebody, will you be my girlfriend or will you be my boy? That's childish.
Or be mine.
That's childish. It just takes me back. It triggers me. It takes me back
How I
to
trigger you?
4th grade Valentine's note. Will you be mine? That's what it takes me
You
back
wrote
to.
that to somebody?
No.
Ah!
I'm just saying. I'm just
I
saying.
know when you're like, nope. Yes, you
I'm
did.
just saying that's what it takes me back to. Like 4th grade, 5th grade, like asking, will you be my girlfriend? I just feel like if it's, see, with me, I'm not that type. I'm not playing games. So I can understand where you're coming from. You felt like you didn't want to be played, but that wasn't like my thing.
Yeah.
And you, I mean,
but it was your thing though.
No, it wasn't.
But let me tell you. Because before me, you never had a real girlfriend.
No.
Or you wasn't
that's
in.
Not...
You wasn't in committed relationships like that. You were just talking and entertaining females. I'm pretty sure in their head, they're like going along with this whole shebang that you got going on because like eventually he gonna ask me to be his girl, or eventually this, or a conversation was had like, oh, we just having fun, or like I'm not like about to be in a relationship right now. Either way, that conversation had to be had.
Yeah, no, I'm glad
we were just falling real deep into each other, and that conversation was like,
no pun intended. No, so I'm glad you did ask, because I till this day I wouldn't have said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" I would have just proposed.
Exactly, and I would have been confused.
That's the best way to do it. Instead of "Will you be my girlfriend?" What if I just propose? How romantic is that?
Well, you did even more romantic because you painted me a painting.
I painted her a picture,
and she wrote on the back of it. I really want to get it.
You want to see it? Y'all want to see the picture that I painted my bride?
Yeah, to tell me he loves me.
But let me show you real quick.
Okay.
This is the picture that I painted my bride
on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving of 2018. I'm mad I didn't put the date on the back of it, but this is the picture that I painted. Put it because we know the exact date. I took some time to paint this picture, and then this is what I wrote on the back. It says, "You will always have a place in my heart. Love you, beautiful." Wow, this is so special. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah.
It was so beautiful. We was in a car and I got something for you. He gave me that, and you gave me something else.
I sure did.
Yeah, that. But like, you gave me something else too.
I don't know what else I gave you.
But
Okay, last question, y'all. So it says, if I gave you 30 seconds to say whatever you wanted to me without consequence, what would you say?
I can say whatever I want to you without a consequence.
But this is the question. If I gave you 30 seconds to say whatever you wanted to me without consequence, what would you say?
You go first.
No, it's your question.
Okay, say it again.
If I gave you 30 seconds to say whatever you wanted to me without consequence, what would you say?
Are we going to do the 30 seconds? Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
First of all, I will let you know that you don't run nothing. And I'm the boss. I'm the captain now, okay? And you don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
Even when you think you tell me what to do, you don't tell me what to do. And I love you so much. But I'm not having no more of your kids. I'm done. We're done. There is no more coming out of this, okay? That's what it has to be. So we gotta figure something out to where this shop is closed down. It wasn't done. Okay, your turn. Okay. If I gave you 30 seconds to say whatever you wanted to me without consequences, what would you say? Go.
Here's what I would say. I would just tell you that I love you.
Ooh.
And I support whatever decision that you make with your body. That's it. I don't even need 30.
You don't need 30?
Nope.
So when you in the cheeks, you have that same energy?
We gonna move on.
You see what I'm saying?
We gonna move on. We got to move on. Okay. All right, family. So we have a short message for you all this week. And we just wanted to discuss the 3 types of people that are in the world. Okay, so person number 1 is a quitter. All right, and I don't really think I need to elaborate much on what a quitter is. You know, but simply put, quitters are just people who
Quit.
quit, right? Or who never even start, right? They quit mentally before they even begin the journey. They just quit. Okay. Then we have settlers. Those are people that start and they don't finish, right? Maybe they're inconsistent on the journey. They're settlers. And then you have climbers. Climbers are people who keep on growing, right? They keep growing. They move past their potential. They keep growing. They keep striving. They keep persistent in everything that they do. Um, so I heard Cat Williams, I believe it was, say that he said the universe has a banking system, and if you continue to put deposits in, you'll never get declined or withdrawal, right? So as we go about our life, we have to understand that whatever we put into the world is what we're gonna get out. And if you're the type of person that doesn't want to take any risks or doesn't want to look bad in front of somebody, doesn't want to get outside of your comfort zone, you're a quitter, um, then that's all you get, right? You're not going to get much from your life being a quitter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're somebody that's a settler, right, you start things and you just don't finish, right? Maybe you had a business that you wanted to start, clothing line, a makeup line, whatever it is, right? You start something and you don't finish it. Why? Maybe you get discouraged on the way. Maybe you hear people say things about you. Maybe you just lose the love for it. I don't know. Whatever the reason is. Um, and then for the climbers, right? The climbers are the ones that are always going to be on top, right? Those are the ones that are always going to win in life. Those are the ones that are always going to eventually get to that destination that they want to get to. So I want you to chime in, babe, on those three. So quitters, settlers, and climbers. What do you have to say about that?
Quitters never win. Okay, that's one. So like that's the first level. If you always quit in something, you're a quitter. You can't expect to be successful or have anything in this life if you always quit in it.
Mm-hmm.
That don't add up. Settlers. Someone is just satisfied with whatever. I
Mm.
feel like I come from who's my bad. I come from a family of quitters and settlers
Mm.
because they're okay with accepting what the government gives them. They're okay with accepting whatever someone tells them that they can have. They don't question it. If if I'm being told, oh, you can get $800 a month for the rest of your life, you ain't gotta do nothing. They will settle with that.
Mm.
That's settlers, and then climbers. You're gonna go get it regardless. That's what everybody like to call a go getter.
Yeah.
Somebody that's hungry, somebody that's starving for success, starving for whatever they want to do. And that's very much so what we are. That's very much so what I strive to be every single day. Because I know what I've come from and I know what is easy for me.
Yeah.
Being a quitter and being a settler don't necessarily mean that you will have a miserable life. And that's the trick in it. Like just because you settling for something don't mean that your life will be miserable. There's
Mm-hmm.
people that are settled down. There's people that are settled and content in their life, and they don't have riches or they don't have all this stuff that a lot of people want to have, but they're happy, they're content because they done settled on that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, that may fit them, that may work for them. However, it makes some part of their life lacking because they have that settling and quitting spirit in them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all that it is. If you're settled in content or quitting with self improvement, that's something that you're gonna come. That's something that you will be doing for the rest of your life until you in the ground. That's something you'll forever be working on: self care, self love, self improvement. So if you have a habit of quitting or settling for whatever, or stopping things at a certain point in your life, then you're lacking. Your spirit is lacking in some way. But those people that are climbers, I'm calling go getters. Those people that are climbers, you see success in every aspect of their life
Mm-hmm.
because you have to work. Like most people that are successful, like truly successful in I would say like a positive way,
Mm-hmm.
in an inspirational way, that every aspect of their life they done had to have that climber's mentality,
Mm-hmm.
like spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like all that plays a role. You
Yeah.
can't have your spirit life A1 and then physically you can't walk up the stairs.
Yeah. That don't work.
That's lacking.
Excuse me.
You know what I'm saying? Financially, you have all the success in the world,
Uh-huh.
but then spiritually, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're lacking. You're lacking. One part of you is a go getter, a climber, and then one part of you is a quitter or a settler.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, like, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like at some point in your life you balance all of those, or is it possible
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
all three, or do you have to just be one, a
No.
quitter, a settler, or a climber?
No, I think we all go through all those phases of being a quitter, a settler, and a climber. It's just ultimately, you know, the people that develop the habit of doing a thing are going to be set in that stage of their life. So at some point in everybody's life, they're going to quit something.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in everybody's life, they're going to settle for something. At some point in everybody's life, they're going to keep climbing, right, and keep persisting and trying to achieve something. It's just where are you going to place your focus, right? Where are you going to build your habits? Are you going to build your habits of being a quitter? Are you going to build your habits of being a settler? Or are you going to build your habits of being a climber?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yes, I went through all of those stages. I've quit things before. I've settled before, and I've also climbed. But I've built habits now to where like quitting and settling isn't an option for me anymore.
Yeah.
It's I am a climber. This is who I am. Like it's my habits. Your habits shape your identity, right? So the thing that you repetitively do is what's going to shape who you are as an individual,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you continue to quit in everything that you do, then you'll be classified as a quitter. If you continue to settle in everything that you do, you'll be classified as a settler, right? You have settling habits, you have quitting habits.
Mm-hmm.
But if you continue to climb and you continue to strive and you continue to persist in everything that you do, you're going to be called successful, right? Because that's ultimately what comes to someone who doesn't quit, to someone who continues to grow, who continues to learn, who continues to improve themselves, right? It's success. And success doesn't always necessarily just mean money, right? To me, success is everything, right? It's a great family life, a great, spiritual life, financially, you're taken care of. I mean, it's all of that. That's what success is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got to define success for you, but for me, success is all the above, okay? And I think that if you are a climber, you're somebody that continues to grow you and grow your mindset, grow your work ethic, and build habits of being a climber, then ultimately what lies ahead is massive success. So um, I did want to touch on something really fast, babe, before we end off. You say you come from a family of quitters and settlers,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there are a lot of people who may say, "Oh, well, like that's their reason," right? They say, "Well, I'm a quitter or a settler because all of my family are quitters and settlers,"
Yeah.
right? Just because you come from a family that's a quitters and settlers, that don't mean that's what you have to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can make a decision to do something different, right? My wife, right? She's not like that. She doesn't settle. She doesn't quit, right? Like she persists in everything that she does. But she comes from a family of people who are like that, right? So
Yeah.
just because you come from that lineage, that doesn't mean you have to continue in those habits, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can build new habits. You're not a tree, okay? You can move. You can do something different. You can make different decisions, okay? So, is there anything else you had to say, sweetheart?
Yeah.
No, go for it.
Just what you said. When you come from, I feel like everyone comes from that. Like I also have people in my family that are climbers.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
some very successful people in my family. But you know what happened? Those people that are climbers that are in my family, they've separated themselves.
yep,
Yeah, like it's like you can't mix water and oil. Like it does not blend. It will
mm-hmm.
not mix together. When you reach a certain mindset or you reach that status of being a climber, you have to separate yourself. And it's not I'm separating myself because I feel better, but I separate myself from a lot of my family because I can't get sucked into that.
Yeah.
Because it's very
Excuse me.
Excuse you. It's very it's very hard to change your mindset from that. So when I hear people say, "Oh, well, that's just how I am," or "That's what I've known my whole life," da, 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 I get how that comes about because you have to think about from the time you come out the womb until you get out on your own. Like 18 years, 21 years, 25 years. Some people stuck at home till 30 or whatever that age may be. Whatever that age may be. That's a habit and a cycle and a system and a way of life that you're seeing. That you're not seeing. Like, honestly, when I was in it and I hadn't separated myself from it, I'm in it. I didn't see it. I knew it was off. I knew it was crazy. I knew, like, you settling for, just whatever. Just my personality in general and wanting better. I knew that it was off. But while I was in it, while I'm growing up in it, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. Like, that's normal. And then what makes it worse? Has nothing to do with just being my family. I'm going outside playing with kids. I'm connecting with other people. My entire environment is like that. So how do you pull yourself out of that? You see it, and you back up. Once you leave that nest, and you start meeting actual other people that are climbers, it's hard for you to stay stuck in that mindset. It's hard for you to stay, complacent or in denial about you needing to do better. You don't have to want millions and billions. We're not talking about just the financial aspect or just by being financially stable. We're not just solely talking about that. We're talking about everything in your life. You get what I'm saying? To have a mentality of being a quitter or settling for things, you're not reaching like your best potential. You're not living out, what God says that you can have. So having that climber mentality slowly but surely and tackling every aspect of your life, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that one by one adds up.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. So listen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. I want to leave off by saying this.
I thought you was done saying something.
Yeah, I'm done. But I want to leave off with a one line. All right, it says, God doesn't call the qualified. God qualifies the called. Right, so you're chosen to do something. You got a burning desire in your heart or something that you should be doing. Go for it. Right, you don't got to be qualified to go for it. But as you go for it, you'll become more qualified. Right, just by doing it, by putting in the reps, by climbing. Right, so we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Like, comment.
I got something else to say. Just one more little thing.
Okay.
We're quitting because it just stuck out. Quitting don't always mean that whatever project you start that you have to finish it all the way through. Sometimes it's learning a craft. Sometimes it's learning what you're supposed to learn from that certain thing. We're talking about quitting in the way of you got 120 ideas and you done started 500 projects and you don't know how to stick to it, be consistent to develop a habit. That's the quitting we're talking about. Not you start something and it wasn't successful or it was a bop or it failed, so now you're considered a quitter. No, that's not quitting. That's doing something to the best of your ability.
Yeah, that's pivoting.
Yeah, that's good. That doing something to the best of your ability, and that's just what it was supposed to do. You're supposed to learn something. You were supposed to learn a certain trade or whatever like that. So yeah, I'm done now because I'm having good traces.
All right, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Turn the notifications so you can be notified every single time we post.
That's it. Let love fill your hearts, family. Peace
and blessings. Bye.